Never miss another live stream again. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and click see all notifications. Well, excuse me, I forgot about that. Try to do shit differently. You know how it goes. But man, let's get into it, man. Get in it to win it. Running just a couple of minutes behind. Y'all know what it is, man. It's the Rockets pregame show. This is Saw Sports. If you're not familiar with Saw Sports is a Houston, Texas homer network. That means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. So with that being said, man, let's get into this Rockets versus Jazz game tonight. I got Mr. Wise Sports himself joining me this evening on the roundtable to talk about Rockets tonight. How you doing this evening, Mr. Wise?
Good. What's good? How y'all doing today?
Already. As y'all can see, the roll call already rolled out. So make sure that y'all, y'all let me know where you're from, man, so I can show y'all a little bit of love. If you're not from the city, shout out your city, state, town, however you get out, however you identify your gang, your avenue, your block, your hood, your ward, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just however you identify, show a little bit of love. You are from Houston, or if you are from the city, you know what I'm saying, the city where dreams come true. Make sure you shout your side with pride, man, so we can show a little bit of love. If you're south side, you're on the west side, you're on the southwest, you're on the north side, however you get out, you know what I'm saying? All around town, from Spring to Galveston, all that other good shit. You know what I'm saying? Even further, if you're in the vicinity, you know what I'm saying? Don't be out in Austin talking about you representing H-Town. That ain't in the area. You in another city, so you have to claim Austin or some shit. That ain't the north side, all right? So y'all chill with that shit.
Huge shout out to New Orleans.
Huge
shout out to New Orleans.
Yeah, shout out to New Orleans holding it down. POP making so we don't have to worry about the Warriors getting that sweep and we be tired when we see them in the next round. So shout out to NO, POP holding it down. Who we got in the mix tonight? We got Wise, I see first. Miss Voodoo, Max, Brandon, Rigo, Houston B already. Mac Man Hot, what's the motherfucking deal? Already. Straight out of Jacksonville, Brandon 335. Oh no. But what it is, man. So we're gonna get to 3 points to ponder, and then we're going to talk about a couple of things, and y'all know we're gonna get into that good old mark my words action and everything else that comes with that. So the first point I want to ponder tonight, this evening, as we get into it, I want to talk about the Great Rhino Robbery, because this is something, even though I don't feel like we're in dire need of help. I don't think that we just need another superstar to get there. I don't think we're in one of those situations. But I just look at how much this gentleman is making. And, don't want to be a pocket watcher. Usually I don't care about shit like that, as long as you're doing something decent. But the fact that you're coming off the bench and you're averaging, almost less than 4 points, I believe, in the playoffs, it's unacceptable, man. Darren, what's the motherfucking deal? I see you, big baby. But, they say more money, more problems. Well, he's getting more money and giving us more problems, man. And the thing is, it's not that I just feel like Rhino is trash or that he's not capable. We've seen him score. We know what his range is like. We know what he is capable of. But it used to occur in flashes. Now the flashes are a bit more or a bit less frequent. And you're just kind of wondering what's going on, man. We're just kind of giving money away here. We had a little poll the other day who's stealing more money, 17 or Rhino, and Rhino might be in it for the long con, man. And so that's unfortunate, But again, it is what it is. But that's something to do with management. That might be the worst move, and I don't even know if I want to complain about that. That Morey has made, but it is what it is. So. How do you feel about the Rhino situation and, basically, the finances and what he's not contributing to this team? How is it hindering this Rockets team?
So, first of all, he's going to have to take a pay cut or get cut this offseason. Making $21 million a year, the third highest salary on the team, is ridiculous. To be averaging less than 4 points a game in the playoffs. At times, I do see where James Harden and CP3 or Ariza or anybody else, they dribbling, and then they take a shot or they pass it to Rhino at the last second, and then he put up a bad shot. But then there's times when they pass him the ball at the beginning of the shot clock or in the middle of the shot clock, and then this guy passes the ball quickly. It's like he's afraid to be aggressive. He's not aggressive at all. It's just pitiful. I don't know. This guy's on a disappearing act. I need HPD to come find this guy real fast.
Yeah, man. Rhino has been, he's been known to go MIA, and that's rather unfortunate. I think that is, and again, that's what I say. I don't think it's a skill set issue. I don't think that it's anything physical. I think it's purely a mental issue with Rhino. He just seems like a guy who, I don't know. He gets easily stirred. I guess I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for exactly for that. But he seems like a guy that he maybe mentally he's not the
He just
strongest guy.
he doesn't fit in with the team. Like he don't got that swagger. He don't got that. He not feisty. I just don't know. He don't fit on this squad though.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
know it was a report that came out earlier of the Rockets saying they don't know if LeBron can fit. Well, I don't see how Anderson fits.
Yeah. Yeah, I could also agree with that. But I'm glad that I saw that report. I want to talk about that too in just a minute because what's up, real family? What's the motherfucking deal? You say Rhino become extinct and surpass number 17. I see you there. Would you say Rhino? Ryan doesn't know. Yeah, he don't know when to take the motherfucking shot, dog. You said Melo didn't want to be an OKC, would have been a perfect fit with the Rockets. Yeah, unless he would have had a little slump like he kind of had in OKC for a little bit, and then would have tried to been on some acting up shit, don't want to come off the bench type shit. Hey, we would have had a problem. But Mr. Killer KB Anderson should easily be able to give us 15 and 8 a night. I wouldn't complain. Like he's a guy that could do that easily. Shouldn't even be an issue. Wow, 6.9 earthquake hit Hawaii. That's unfortunate. He had a girlfriend or something like that that did commit suicide a while back. That's why I don't try to give him too much beef. But this is a
But
new
didn't he
chick.
just get
Yeah,
married?
he just got married. That's what I say. This is a new chick that he's with now. That was a while. That was some years ago. So he just recently got married, and it is what it is. Play Joe Johnson more. I don't know about Joe. ISO Joe. I ain't really tripping on him. I
I
almost
I
like to
do
see more
think
Green.
I mean I would like to see more Gerald Green, but I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't mind seeing Joe Johnson in this series
Yeah,
because you know how those old players on their old teams they always ball out for one game,
yeah,
and I can see him pulling out a game by himself, at
yeah.
least putting up 15 points.
Okay, okay. The Rock so deep. I think Rondo should go back to the start lineup. That's when we house Utah. Man, yeah, I saw somebody mention something similar, and I saw somebody mention about trying to put Eric Gordon in the starting lineup to help his shooting woes. But we're gonna let's get on to the second point to ponder because it's actually gonna tie into some of what I want to get into. So the second point to ponder is the not so perfect 10. You know, Gordon went from balling early in the regular season, averaging about almost 19 points a game, and the playoff hits, and Capella starts shining. He goes more to like your third scoring option, and Gordon kind of declines a little bit. Gordon went from averaging almost 19 to averaging a little bit over 12 points a game now. And it's just he hasn't been the man. We saw him go 0 for a couple of games. A game ago, a couple of games ago. Things that are uncharacteristic of Eric Gordon, and we're starting to see a bit more of it. I don't know if that's a mental thing too. I'm starting to question. Last year we put a lot of blame on James Harden. Because this, that, and third, he gassed out in that game. He basically carried the Rockets, but then again, there was a lot of his teammates weren't really showing up. A lot of it was put on James Harden. Do you kind of see that happen again? I mean, think about it. We're looking at Gordon. He's not looking so hot. Rhino is, I don't know, Rhino kind of carried off from the end of the season into this point. And then CP3, since we've gotten to the playoffs, CP3 has not really looked that great. Do you see a situation where it could almost happen again where everything begins to fall on James Harden?
That would be terrible. That would be really terrible. I mean, James Harden can do it, but against the Warriors, he can't do it by himself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even lie about that. I can't be a homer on that one. They just got too many weapons. So we in a series like against the Warriors, we're gonna need these guys to step up. CP3, I don't understand what's going on with CP3. Every time I see him handling the ball, it's a turnover.
Yeah.
Like the end of the game the other night, that was pitiful. I don't know if he got a curse or what. Like they've been saying, he just can't get to the Western Conference Final.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to step it up. Eric Gordon too. This guy, we all know this guy can make shots. We know he was the sixth man of the year, but in the playoffs, he looking ghost just like Ryan Anderson. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and absolutely. But here's the thing too, and I agree with you on that, Macman Hot 100. That's a very good point. That truth is, some players have teams they struggle with. Utah's a very good defensive team, number 2 in the league. We were the number 2 offensive team, so you got to expect some back and forth going there. Houston's going to win some of it. Utah's going to win a little bit of it. Houston more so because, like I say, along to go with the number 2 offense, we had the number 6 defense, I believe, to end the year, and that's a great combination. You talking about you top 10 in both categories, shit, almost top 5, in both categories. That's nothing to shake a stick at. It sucks because if the team loses any round, they'll blame it on Jay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're going to find an excuse to blame it on Harden no matter what happens. They're going to say, he can't do this, he can't do that, when it's not going to be his fault because he's been playing well. But again, that just does worry me because, I like to see CP3 have the ball in his hand late in game because, most of this year he's cleaned up a lot of that trash that would happen late in the Rockets games last year. But we're starting to see not a lot, but we're starting to see some of that appear in this series late in these games. And, Utah put CP3 out last year. I wonder, and CP3, he's a mental guy. He's a mentally tough guy, and he's a guy definitely that wants revenge. He doesn't forget shit. Do you think that he may be playing too hard? Maybe it's something that's on his mind from being put out last year that maybe that has him playing the way he is? I mean, do you think because I mentioned the other day about this being the round that he can't get out of, and do you think he feels that pressure with a new team? I mean, what do you think is going on with CP3, honestly? Or do you think it's just a little slump?
I think Lil B got a curse on him, and we just don't know about it.
Lil B just leave the curse out there.
I think it does get to him because you got to think about it. You hear these dudes talking about you every day. This guy's been in the league for 15 years now. He hears the noise. He hears that he haven't made it out of the Western Conference Final. So going into every game and every series, I know he has it in the back of his mind. No matter what the scenario is, he could be with LeBron. He's still gonna have it on the back of his mind. So I think that does add unnecessary pressure. But when you see a guy like James Harden that's having a career playoff stats this season and a career MVP season this year, I need CP3 to step it up. We didn't bring him here for no reason. We brought him here to make his path to the finals easier.
Yeah. So whose fault did the Warriors lose today with Steph Curry? Oh, they'll find an excuse. What they're going to do is they won't discredit the Warriors if the Warriors lose. They'll praise Anthony Davis. They'll talk about how good he is and how he should have been in the conversation for MVP. They'll talk about stuff like that. They'll purposely avoid saying anything negative that the Warriors did. Even though with the Rockets now, it's time to be annoyed. It's time to be paranoid that the Utah Jazz should the Rockets be scared of the Jazz now.
Man.
I mean, this is the crazy story. We've played them 6 times this year. They've won 1 time. I mean, let's this is my thing with the media, man, and this is why I say, fuck the national media, support your local independent sports media, whether it's the Sauce, whether you fucking with Wise, whether you fucking with Wink, Ray, anybody, man. Make sure you show love, man, Darren, everybody. I'm not trying to purposely exclude anybody. I'm just, giving some examples. But make sure y'all show love, man. When y'all watch that stuff, make sure y'all share it. Make sure that the like real the opinions, like the stream, hit that like button. Make sure that, the opinions that you fuck with are getting shared. It's one thing for you to see them yourself, then you to know that. There's nothing wrong with that. But y'all got friends who are Rockets fans, Texans fans, Houston fans, and they're stuck still fucking with ESPN. They stuck still fucking with FS1 and all these. Y'all got to share these other opinions. If you like these opinions, then obviously it's going to be people that you fuck with. Otherwise, I don't know why you fuck with them that like these opinions. So make sure you help support local independent sports media. It's not just donations. It's about sharing. It's about liking. Anytime we drop on these, man, let your friends know who are Rockets fans. Hey, man, this dude, they do every game, pregame, postgame, they talking Rockets. Or, when the season comes, hey, they're going to have pregame, post. Let people know about this stuff. That's what helps these platforms grow because people can have a different conversation. They don't have to sit here, listen to these stupid fucking floppy Muppet talking heads who are just talking at you, who don't care about, your thoughts and what you feel, because that's like I say, it's what it's about, man. It's like fans are what make these sports. If nobody watched and nobody give a fuck, nobody pay attention, there wouldn't be a station, there wouldn't be a ESPN, there wouldn't be anything dedicated to this stuff. It's the fans. That's where the root of everything starts, man. And so it kills me when people just be talking at motherfuckers. They don't want to hear your thoughts. And even if you may have some off opinions, maybe you have a question, whatever it is, man, like, That's why I say the sauce is about all of y'all, man. Y'all hear me say that frequent, and I mean that sincerely. It's not just saying that just to say that. But let's get to the third point to ponder, man. And the third point to ponder, and this is probably the first time that I've had a 3 points to ponder that didn't have either Harden or CP3 in it. I'm trying to diversify. But the third point to ponder is jazzercised. And the reason why I say jazzercise, man, look, this is just the exercise in futility. The Jazz are not going to beat the Rockets in a 7-game series. Again, I told you, don't be surprised if they get 2 games. Don't be surprised if they go up a game at home feeling the momentum. They will not beat the Rockets in the long run. So I'll say they're just a good team. They're a good team test to have before, we go and face the Warriors, because you're talking about the number 2 team. You're talking about one of the better defensive teams in the league. So you need that kind of test. You need that kind of preparation, before going against a team that is a solid defensive team. What's good about Utah is that Quinn Snyder is a smart man. And so he's going to be able to throw all kinds of looks at the Rockets defensively. And so the fact is, if they can overcome these looks and they can overcome these adjustments with a team that's a better defensive team than the Warriors, then you kind of feel better about what you're going to be going up against, what you're going to be facing, and what you're going to be seeing from the Warriors with, whatever kind of looks they throw at you. You're going to be much more confident about that, simply because, we just went through one of the better defensive teams in the league. But the thing about the Warriors is that now, even though the defense may be slightly worse, you still have to combine that with the ability to score. But again, they have to deal with our same talents too, so I'm not as worried about that. So the Jazzercise, man, don't get upset about 1 loss. Don't get upset if it's 2 losses.
No.
Don't let the media pump it up as, this is the worst thing ever, the Rockets or this and that. Just, man, you listen to them motherfuckers. They'll get your blood pressure up. You'll be at the motherfucking doctor taking blood pressure pills. Listen, that's why I say, man, fuck the motherfuckers, man. Stop. Don't let those people influence your opinion. Snyder is probably a pedophile, but he's a genius. He's a madman. He looks like I wouldn't leave him around my kids. That's all I'm saying.
Nah,
I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he's swell guy. But just something about him says that's probably not the move. But those are the 3 points to ponder. So y'all know what happens after 3 point to ponder, man. The 3 points to ponder only precede my most favorite segment on any episode of the sauce that we do, and that is, let me bring it up since I actually got the little half-ass motion graphic there, and that is mark my words. I should say mark my motherfucking words. That's what I'm gonna change. I think I'm gonna change to mark my motherfucking words. That way it just has a little bit of a sauce spin on it.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
You gonna do one of those for the Texans this season?
Like a
mark my words.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do something similar to mark my words for the Texans. I may just keep it as mark my motherfucking words, or we may change it up for the Texans. I'm gonna think, but yeah, definitely will, because it's so many different attributes to football that you can you can put some shit on. So I think it'll be very interesting to see how some of those play out. All right, so Brandon 335, shout out, won the sauce raffle already. Again, so let's get those mark my words in, man. I need to know how to sauce my words. Put a little drip on it. Put a little drip on your words, man. All right, I'm take note of that there. So man, what's up with the mark my word? What y'all got? What are y'all predicting? If y'all don't know what a mark my words is, the mark my words is a bold prediction. So that means you got to go out on a limb and put your name on an accusation this evening. You gotta get out there and you gotta look at all the factors in tonight's game, where they're playing, who's starting. What have we been doing recently? What have we looked like? Who's been in a slump? Who's about ready to break out?
I'm gonna say CP3 get 20 plus points, 10 plus assists, and 5 plus rebounds, and 2 steals.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. You say 20 points, 20 plus. Mm-hmm. You said how many assists was that?
10 plus assists.
Okay, double.
5 plus rebounds.
All right.
And then 2 steals.
And 2 steals. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Let me make sure I put that. And okay. Who shall I say? CP3. ICUP. CP3 will make y'all eat crow. I'm gonna have to see, man. Y'all gotta let me know, put some specifics on it, man. Let me know how will CP3 make me have to use a feather for a toothpick? Because I mean, if he does, I'm not tripping, man. Look, I pull that motherfucker out, get all the little gamey ass crow meat, you know what I mean, and fire it up, put a little bit of Tony Chachere's on it, you know what I'm saying. Brandon says Gordon for 37. All right. If he gives exactly 37, I will. I'll give you 100K sauce on it. Just if you get the number exact, if he goes over 37, I'll give you the regular sauce award. But if he gets exactly 37, I'll reward you specifically, because you know everybody gets community sauce for these, but I'll reward you specifically if Gordon gets 37 points. Let's see. You're going bold. Okay, Voodoo say, what you got? Say 116 to 111. All right. Now go ahead and drop the prediction right there on the side. We need to inflate this week because of Phoenix. Oh yeah, he sure did. So yeah, look, yeah, everything is gonna be in the millions at this point because it's gonna take some millions to be able to catch up to. It's gonna take some billions to catch up to man things, but that's a BET. Okay, I see Houston B with the. You say Rhino with the double action. Okay, revive the Rhino. I mean, I'm with it. Like, I hope that he does, man. Like, but it's just shit ain't been looking sweet for Rhino, man. Mark my motherfucking words, Harden with the 50 plus. Okay, I got you, Max V. So man, I'd love to see it because you know you got that conversation going again. People questioning who the real MVP is and all that shit. I'll tell you one thing. One person didn't have his team on the ropes in a game 7 in the first round, you know, unnecessarily, but you know, it is what it is. But you know,
See, I'm waiting for Harden to pull out one of those, a 63-point game against the Warriors. I want him to be MJ record against the Warriors. Then they can have something to talk about.
So I was drunk. I was kind of tipsy. So Jazz gonna have the White Rhinos baby. He's going to come back.
The Jazz didn't even really beat the Rockets last game. It's just that they made a lot of uncontested threes.
Mm-hmm.
They killed us with open shots. So if the Rockets just guard the perimeter, they should be all right tonight. We ain't worried about those Mormons.
The boy Darren say Snow the White Rhino. Snow the Rhino comes back to life with 24-6 already. 24-6. Man, I mean that's it. Man, that dude, I don't want to talk about Westbrook. But again, I wanted to think about that. Like I said, I had to eat the crow because I was talking shit about Westbrook with the situation with the Jazz fan, and then, you know, turn around James Harden go and have the same thing before the fucking game. So I'm really interested. I expect there to be a story to come out with some type of incident between the Rockets and a Jazz fan this game. And the funny thing about it was, because I've been, you know, as this series started, before this series started, I was looking at even the Jazz, like, you know, how all the other, like, not Bleacher Report, but SB Nation, you know, how they all have different, every team has a, you know, like a little blog form and all that shit. Like, even the fucking Utah Jazz's blog name is whack. It's like, their stories are ass. I've been reading their newspapers articles, and in the newspaper article, that's what they said. You know, the one thing we know that'll come out, somebody will falsely accuse Utah fans of being, and what happens? It's immediately the fucking shit happened right after the Westbrook shit, and then, you know, a situation happens with the shit. So I'm just telling you, like, them motherfuckers know it. They know that they a bunch of fucking pre 96 to 107. All right, I got you, Rigo. You know what I'm saying? That playoff Rondo hoop when it count. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it matter, when it's something on the line, he'll get out. But you say, mark my words, Green gonna get some more playing time. I would like to see that. I would like to see Green get some more shine, because I think Green is an X factor. Green fires this team up, man. And and it's just like I think that the other players get fired up when he hits too. So I think when it's close or when the score is just not unmanageable, even if we're down, you got to put Green in. You got to give Green some PT, man. Do it for the people of the city. 335. I see you say 118, 104. I got you. So yeah, drop them score predictions in there too. We just get them all at once, which you mark my words. But my thing is this, man. I can agree with you, man. I don't think the Rockets are taking a lot of teams seriously because they know that they can beat any team that they face. But if they start off cold, it's harder to try to get back in the rhythm. If you're not on point starting off the game. So that's my thing. Road Rhino, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know.
He didn't do nothing in Minnesota.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's where he was the real Road Rhino last time in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But now he went back home, taming the wolves, and couldn't. They act like they recognize him. I don't know, man.
Playoff Rhino is just a whole different monster.
Yeah. You said would the Rockets be in trouble if they lose tonight? No, they're not in trouble. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the Rockets are not in trouble in this series at all. I don't care. It won't happen because Utah won't win 3 games. I said in the beginning they could possibly win 2, but the Rockets are not in trouble. Like there's no worry. You know what I mean? So
it's gonna be Rockets versus Warriors. The NBA, you don't understand. The NBA got to make money. Mm-hmm. They do not want to see Warriors versus Jazz or New Orleans versus Jazz.
Exactly. That shit would be devastating. You talking about the potential historic matchup of the Rockets and Warriors, and that should end up being the fucking Jazz versus the Pelicans. Oh my God! Do you understand how that? I'm talking about.
I used to know my back because I love the city I'm from. Hands up if you feel that.
Game time, bitches. Let's do this.
Honcho actually jigging.
Yeah, you gotta do the dance, babe. Appreciate your love. As y'all can see, I'm showing y'all, thank you, Voodoo Child, that now. So whenever y'all do it through the via donations or whatever, I put the little thing, even though it's supposed to it did automatically update. That's why I do it via the donations because it don't update via the super chat. But so y'all know whatever the donations are going to, that's what the little bar is there for. There's no real time frame on them. I'm not in any rush, but just to let y'all know, what the next goal is. And so the next one is for one of those little video rig things for the smartphone because I got a couple ideas of some things I want to do to freshen up the flavor in the sauce. So whenever we get to that goal, start expecting some new videos to come from that. So appreciate the love. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving half the credit to Mrs. Voodoo C. And that's how it goes down.
I'm going to say Rockets 118, Jazz 95.
You said 118, Jazz 95, okay.
And it's 32 people in the stream, and we got 16 likes. I need another 16 likes if y'all want this sauce.
All right. Hold on, let me make sure you said 118. I'm sorry, what was the Jazz score?
95.
95. Okay, wanted to make sure I heard you right. All right. Give them my prediction. Yeah, they pushed it 10 minutes back. Okay. Yeah. What did the Warriors game end up a little bit later or something? It just ended.
No, they always do it they'll schedule it at 9:30 and then push it at 9:45. They got to do the introduction.
Yeah,
and all that other stuff.
Look, all the shenanigans, all shenanigans.
Yeah.
On this one here, yeah, you ain't lying though. You're not lying, Darren, about that. This series, actually the next series will decide whether or not if the Rockets win a championship, LeBron ain't coming to Houston. Really don't want him here either way, but we'll talk about that at some point in time. I'm not expecting to do 33-18. God damn. Question for Wise: can CP3 overcome his playoff struggles in Utah?
Yep, I predicted that with my words that he's gonna have a breakout game tonight. I'm predicting 20 points, 20 plus points, and 10 plus assists. So I think he just got to make shots. I mean, he got good looks, and he going against guys like Nato. And I don't even know who the other point guard since they don't got Rubio. But CP3, he don't be surprised if he put a 30-point game tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man, I get angry when they start delaying shit. Man, y'all don't understand how bad I wish this series was on fucking Root Sports, man. It's like I want to watch the bitch on mute, but I actually want to hear the court sounds and a little bit of trash talk that you can pick up every now and then. But just watching this shit and listening to the national commentator, that shit, it makes me fucking sick. I hate it. I really do. I fucking hate it, man. I mean, root. I mean, I don't get root either. It's AT&T now, so so I don't really. I keep saying root, but it's AT&T now, so everything is all the well, unless it. Oh, they don't have it on satellite. Okay. Man, yeah, but remember there was like a whole process with that because I know that there was a deal with the Rockets being with AT&T and then Astros, and then it was like a whole clusterfuck of certain channels couldn't get. It was a whole fucking thing that was going on with that. I remember that a couple of years back. My prediction tonight on this game, I think the Rockets rebound and say, okay, let's stop playing around. You guys embarrassed us a little bit. We were being nice with y'all. We didn't want to put our foot on your throat at home, and you guys kind of pulled a shenanigan, got real disrespectful. I'm gonna call this one. I'm gonna call this one a little closer than I like. I'm gonna call this one 117-108. Only because the Jazz are going to play hard. They're at home. Fans are going to be crazy. Going to be rowdy. It's going to get a little close down towards the end. And I think CP3 comes through in the clutch late to kind of help us seal the deal and put it away. But I think the player of the game, I think PJ Tucker breaks out with a 22-point game tonight. Don't know why, but that is nice for PJ. I think the shot's gonna be hitting. Paul Pierce has a mark my word. They saying they think X are shutting down hard. That's what I'm saying. Like they'll say anything. Like who? Come anyway. I'm not even gonna let that alter my energy at this point in time. Look, I need to call Spitz and tell him, man, chill out with all that hooping on us like that, man. The dunk was enough. The dunk was disrespectful, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wouldn't put the extra. But I mean, that's why I say I like Donovan. That's why I ain't really even tripping because the Jazz are gonna lose. But I do like motherfucking me. Lift the skirt and tap that ass. I like Donovan Mitchell, but I hate the Jazz. So we'll see what happens. But with that being said, I wanted to discuss how we're going to do the post game. I'm not sure. It's going to I'll probably end up being in the Cush Den because it's a later game.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna be in the Cush Den myself at 11:30.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying because it's gonna be a later game. So we probably be in the Cush Den, So if y'all want to fuck around, slide in the Cush Den. I normally don't talk sports in the Cush Den, but it's like this: if the game looks like a blowout early in the second half, then I'll probably get in the Cush Den a little bit earlier. But if it's looking like it's going to be close and it's going to be down kind of to the wire, then it'll probably be immediately after the game. We'll slide to the Cush Den. So again, like I said, we can talk Rockets in the Den, even though I normally don't do that. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna let everybody get to where they need to be, so they can see what they need to see. As I'm gonna do the same for myself here and get properly in position, so that I can be properly prepared. Let me see. Yeah, I hit you on the whatchamacallit there, and I got you. But with that being said, you said 17 likes, we score 117. That sounds good. That sounds real good. But with that being said, man, I want to say I appreciate each and everybody for following through, showing love. Shout out to the Voodoo family. You know what I'm saying, for showing some love. Look, I'm giving everybody credit at Voodoo household for showing some love towards the next goal with the donation. And look, Crowder come through. I'm telling you, man, I had to kick Crowder out the Cool Kids Dread Club. You know what I'm saying? Pedro, vote for Pedro. I always vote for Pedro, even if Pedro's not in the election. But I always vote for Pedro. The long-haired chihuahua, that makes it even better. That's awesome. Shout out to Pedro, holding it down. But yes, I love Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas don't like me too much. Chihuahuas are very, territorial, but I like Chihuahuas. It's all Gucci. But Wise, anything you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
No, just everybody like the stream. Y'all make sure y'all bring y'all friends to subscribe to Saw Sports. Keep getting the word out. Go Rockets. We finna ball out. Get this dub.
Exactly.
But yeah, y'all be safe. Y'all have a nice Friday.
Absolutely, man. He smoked too much. I wish I could get Scotty to hit the weed. Scotty don't want to hit the weed. But with that being said, man, I'm absolutely. Y'all make sure y'all slide it in after the game. We'll be there talking plenty of shit and talking about the Rockets. And with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. We're chunking up the deuce, and we out.